Well, g'day there, traders and friends right around the world. It is James here with you on behalf of Pivot Point Trading, bringing you this very late Wednesday evening market update. I've been strategically staying off the airwaves, at least during Mondays and Tuesdays market recaps, which I would otherwise do, in expectation that Janet Yellen would shake the markets loose on Wednesday in the hope that she would set the stage for a directional move. Unfortunately, as at the close on Wednesday afternoon, we have what we call a high wave spinning top once again, showing the non-committal state of the markets, the continued volatility at least, and the range-bound stagnation between support and resistance, this sideways market move, which we've been unfortunately stuck in for the better part of 2015. My hopes have all been let down. However, I am happy to sit here and say that we've had two great trades run their course, or at least set up and move in our direction, which I'm going to walk through over the next 5 minutes or so. Before I get there, I will say that I will bring you a Thursday afternoon market recap. So this will be brief, so to speak. What I'd rather do is place a lot more emphasis in that, or in Thursday's afternoon market recap. But what I'd rather do right now is just go over those two other trades that we've been triggered into and have run their course, or at least setting up in the form of management. First of all, I'd like to speak about Tesla. Tesla has been a trade which we have been absolutely neutral on. You can see over here at the price of $254.34, we were triggered into. This is going back to Monday last week. Now, we've seen the continuation of this trade. It did come back to support, retest, and during today's market activity, we have hit our target, $259.38. Congratulations for taking the trade. A very nice looking volume surge taking place during Wednesday's trading activity. We got all so close on the Monday, very, very close, but unfortunately we got that pullback. It happens from time to time, but I'm happy and very glad, very proud to sit here and say that, look, we've hit our target today at $259.38. A very nice trade on Tesla Motors. The other stock which I wanted to bring to your attention at this particular moment in time was that wildcard edition, which we spoke about over the Pro class this most recent weekend. I'll bring up the ticker symbol. It is ticker symbol TGT, Target Corporation. And we had once again, a very neutral type of trade outlook or expectation on this stock. We had a bearish entry at $77.72, trading down to $76.21. Did it trigger? No, it didn't. I can put a big red cross over those two. But what we have seen is the bullish continuation above $81.20. As it stands, on the close of Wednesday, we are up here at $82.10. Some really nice volume coming into target. Have a look at the volume taking place on Monday, Tuesdays, and Wednesday's trading activity. It is above the average daily volume, which sits very, very well, at least for the outlook of target hitting our target up here at $83.15. They are two trades which have been really hard to come by, at least. We're really dealing with a lot of neutral trades, so to speak, but we're sort of toying with the idea of refraining from market activity as much as we can until these markets shake loose. Again, moving into the week, I was really optimistic that Wednesday may have been the day, especially on the remarks and at least the amount of eyes paying attention to the Fed announcement. Unfortunately, that hasn't been the case. I can give you a quick update on these other stocks, and I will do so very, very quickly. Apple has been volatile. We've had this bearish entry at 128.78. I got stopped out on this trade, and I will tell you about that. That was on Wednesday last week, but as you can see, it's still below our trade trigger. This is a bearish entry, I should say, and we're down here at 127.30. At the moment, it's really neutral. It is going through a bit of market activity, a little bit of chop, a little bit of noise, as we see the cycle, in my opinion, come back down to 123.68. We'll keep a close eye, at least, on Apple. If you are in this trade, I would say tighten your stop. I mean, just get out of it for a profit if you can, and just be happy eking out these little gains in these other types of stocks as we sit here very neutrally on the overall market themselves. Amazon, an absolutely fantastic trade setup. It still hasn't broken. Very neutral. But one stock which I'm very excited about, Boeing Airlines, in addition, we were sort of contending with, well, is this a descending triangle? I wasn't too confident in it being in a descending triangle. It looks as though we're starting to once again retest the resistance level. Very neutral, but I'm not excited about any directional trade on Boeing Airlines, at least for Thursdays and Fridays trading activity. Baidu's been a stock which has sort of bounced back up into that resistance area. I may just take the annotations off this chart and just show you what I'm talking about on Baidu. You can see once again we're pushing back up into resistance. Nice volume again during Wednesday's activity. We do have a gap. I'm going to pay attention to this gap. Is this going to be a legitimate gap, a breakaway, a bullish continuation type of gap? Or is this simply some form of an exhaustion? We do have a lot of volume once again, and sometimes the volume can be misleading because the candlestick itself is some form of a shooting star. The close was above the open, but if we get a net negative movement tomorrow, this is going to sort of really, I guess, confuse traders and nail them into a false sense of security. We've been more so bearish on Baidu, waiting for that really nice close below certain levels, so to speak. We haven't seen it yet, and I am still paying attention to that type of cycle, which I think is going to set up on Baidu. Caterpillar today has moved back into that neutral area once again. Surprise, surprise. It's contending with that bullish trend line, which I spoke about over the weekend. No net movement there. The other stock, and I mean, I think I'll draw the line in the sand, so to speak, in this late Wednesday evening market update, but this has been really my other favorite type of stock to look at, CVX. I mean, we've been contending with the idea that we are down at support and we're awaiting, so to speak, another bullish bounce. Now, today, at least during Wednesday, we saw that bullish optimism flow back in. However, the candlestick is quite bearish. Not looking too much into this candlestick. Volume is showing up in CVX. And again, it's one of those misleading volume signals where people will say, well, it's very bearish for the stock. I tend to disagree. You still know where my bullish entry is as per that pro class and the actual trade setup. And this is a stock outside of Target, which I've walked through, outside of Tesla. This is it. CVX at this particular moment in time is still another great trade setup, which if you haven't precisely picked or if you haven't cherry picked the best trade setups, this falls into the top tier category of trades, which would, at least I would personally speaking, put some of my trading capital into. It's a really nice risk and reward trade, and I agree with the trade setup, the overall structure of it. I'm just waiting for price confirmation. I'll leave it at that as at this Wednesday afternoon. I've been somewhat reluctant, or I should say strategically withdrawn from bringing you these market updates, not because I don't want to provide you with them, but again, because I was hoping to see the markets break loose. It hasn't been the case. Don't think for one moment that I'm not willing or not wanting to bring you market updates or market activity. That's not the case whatsoever. I love to do this. I just had my hopes and expectations up because we've been in this really funky type of movement, really for the better part of 2015, and I was really optimistic at least that it could have set in stone a really big move or some form of direction that we could get behind. I'm still optimistic for that fact, but given the close on Wednesday, that high wave spinning top, unfortunately, I think it's all too, or I can sit here in great confidence and say I'd be very shocked at least to see a big long day candle and just to see these markets take off, or to see the breakdown in the markets and to see these markets sell off during Thursdays and Friday's trading session. I can be proven wrong, and I wouldn't take it personally if it does happen, but look, I'm just bringing you real market updates when in fact the markets give us those really clear signals. So I'll leave it at that for the Wednesday afternoon. I will be back with a more comprehensive Thursday market recap, and I'll get back into these daily market recaps as best I can when the markets give us compelling signals. So I'll leave it at that. Have a great Thursday, I should say. As I said earlier, you're probably watching this for the first time on the Thursday. That's okay, but there will be a Thursday afternoon, Thursday evening market update at a much more earlier hour. All right, have a great day on Thursday, everyone. I'll see you in the afternoon. Goodbye.